Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I'm so excited to be with you and bring you this really fun project. We're doing this adorable Nugget chocolate treat box with the Blessings of Home bundle. That's the beautiful floral image that you see here, the cute little die cut that I have up on the corner. This is a beautiful bundle. The die cuts and the stamp set is so pretty, and we are going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you how to make this awesome little treat box. So to get started, I'm going to move the box into the corner there where you can still see it and bring out my Simply Score board. We're going to take our cardstock, which happens to be 4.5 by 7 3/4 inches. We're going to put the long length along the top, and we're going to score it at 1 1/4 inches. Then we're going to score it at 3 1/4 inches. And we're going to score it at 4.5 inches. And 6.5 inches. Then we're going to rotate it to the short side up the top, and that is the 4.5 inch side. And we're going to score that at 1 1/4 inches. And 3 1/4 inches. Let me hold it up so that you can see the score lines. There they are. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with all these really fun score lines. All right, the first thing that I like to do whenever I have any kind of score lines at all is to burnish those. So we're going to go ahead and fold along the marks that we have made with our scoreboard. We'll go down the long side first, and then we'll do the short side. So we're just going to turn those in, and that's called burnishing. Okay, so there you can see the marks really well now that they've been burnished. Okay, so next what we're going to do is the actual cutting of the piece so that we can get this little box put together. So the way that this box works, let me show you an empty one. You can see I have these really cool sides here that are done with our punch. It's one of our tag punches, and I really like using the fancy tag topper for the sides because it really helps to taper them and have them in, and it's a wow when you open your box. You just don't expect to see that in there. You know, it's so pretty. Plus the front one is going to stay out, so it will decorate the front part of our box, and our ribbon will be tied through that. So it's a really fun way. So what we're going to do here, this is our top of our box, and as you can see, I have these 3 sides are punched. So in order to do that, I need to eliminate these squares first. So let's go ahead and we're going to delete those squares with a scissor. So I'm going to grab a thick bladed scissor, and I'm going to trim those 2 squares away. So we'll come on this side. Okay, so that's the top of our box, okay? Now, this is the back side, as you can see, and these are the 2 angle pieces. This is the bottom of our box, and then this front piece is the front, okay? What we need to do now is we need to trim in from the sides to form our bottom of our box and our top flaps. And then we can get to using our punch on the sides to make them pretty. So we're going to trim those away, just like that. All right, so this is our top. These 3 pieces are going to get this really decorative sides. These other pieces are going to form the base. So that's our lid, right? So these are going to come in, both of these sides. Both of these sides are going to come in, and that's going to be lifted up. And that is what's going to form our cute little box. Fairly easy, isn't it? I think so. I think it looks good. So let's go ahead before we glue it together, and we're going to go ahead and add those little decorative touches. So I'm going to lay it back out so that you can see if you are cutting yours, so that you can see what you need to do. So these get eliminated completely, and then all of these sides get just tabbed, just like that. There's a shot for you. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. So we need to stick this piece into the punch, and the punch can hold up to 2 inches. So I have to fold these back, right? So that I can stick it in there really good. And I'm going to turn it to this side, as you can see, and make sure that it's all the way up, butted in there, and that the pieces are even. And then I'm just going to give it a little punch. Those are the excess. So that's the front piece. Now I got to do the same thing to the sides. So we're going to turn those. And we're going to slide those in. And I'm going to get those equal and in the right place. Do I have the right piece? I was thinking, wait a minute, I think I have the wrong piece in there. Oh, I was like, wait, that can't be right. There we go. There's the side. So let's put it in and give it a punch. And now comes the other side. I'm going to turn these in so I don't make a mistake, like I almost did before. We're going to slide that one in from the side and line it up and punch it. And then we have our 3 decorative sides. So let's go ahead and discard those little extra pieces that come out of our punch. All right, now we can glue this puppy together. Again, this is the fancy tag topper punch, and it's available in my online store. All right, so let's move on to our next piece. We're going to glue these sides together. So what I like to do is I like to put adhesive. I work on one side at a time. So we'll put this one in like so. And I'm going to hold it in place. And that little tab, to make sure it's square, I'm just going to put it down. And I'm just going to hold it for a minute, just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Okay, I'm going to work on that tab. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring this one to it. And then I'm going to put it down on my table here. I'm going to press it in place and just hold it so that it will really adhere nicely. All right, 2 more to go. Let's go with this one. So we will tuck that one in and bring it forward and hold it in place where it needs to be. Good. 1 more to go. Now this one I'm going to bring in, and because I don't want to get glue on the other parts, I'm going to fold it back on itself. And it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but I'll show you when I'm done putting the glue on there. So there's the glue. And then I'm going to just basically let it flap over. And then I will hold it in place just like I did with the other ones. And that is the bottom of our box. Now I have already covered our little nuggets, and it fits 5. So I have chosen the colors from the main image that we're going to be doing. So let's go ahead and just put these in here. There, perfect fit. All right, now the sides, this side, the back side, I have a little stray piece here. This side, the other side, and the back side are going to get some designer series paper. And the designer series paper that I have chosen is Pale Papaya. And the pieces are 1 inch by 1 3/4 inch. And I'm just going to go ahead and put my adhesive on all 3 pieces, and then I will glue them into place. All right. So I'm pick up 1 piece at a time. And I'm just going to close my box, move my lid out of the way here, and I'm going to go ahead and put that one on that side. They do have a little bit of wiggle room, so you just kind of have to hold them in place for a minute. And we'll do the back. And press it into place. And let's do the other side. Pick up this last one. And let's position it. Oops, my little nugget fell out. That's okay. All right. All right, now these pieces are going to actually get tucked into our box, the two sides, okay, and this one's going to stay out. Now, let's go ahead and attach our two little flower pieces. I've cut them out of basic gray, and I just want to add a little bit of adhesive on the backs of them. They're kind of hard to see because they're dark and my background here is dark, but trust me, they're here. And I'm just adding a couple dots of adhesive, and I'm going to use my tweezers. I have a pair of tweezers that I like to use for small pieces like this, and we're going to just glue that one in that corner there and this one next to it. I just wanted to have just a little something in one of the corners just for a little bit of interest. So that is getting those flowers right there. All right, now let's go ahead and get started on our pretty top of our box. So we are going to stamp that on a piece of basic white cardstock, and you're just going to ink this in the memento and press it down. I already did that ahead of time because I didn't know how long it was going to take to do the box on camera, and I didn't want you to be here all day. So that has been stamped. Then I did some coloring with my Stampin' Blends. And so I will show you how to color a little bit with that, but I'm not going to color the whole piece. You can see here I've used just a portion of the image, and I first start with the darkest color. And so I'll start with the dark fresh freesia first, and I'm going to go ahead and use these lines that the artist gave us, and I'm going to outline those. And then I'm going to do the same thing here in the center of that flower, and then I'm going to do this middle flower here. All right, and the centers of these flowers, it looks like right there. All right, then I'm going to come back in with the lighter color, and I'm going to color over the tops, and that dark just gives it a really nice highlight in the center. And if I want more dark, I just add it after I'm done. To give it just a little bit more color. All right, so you're going to do that with all the colors same way. With the green on the leaf, you will go over the dark parts of the leaf. Then you're going to come back with the light. This is the soft succulent. These are 3 of the in colors that are new this year. And then you're going to color your leaves. And then with your pale papaya, you're going to do, again, the same. You're going to go ahead and go over your image with the dark, and then color over the top with the light. And then if you want a little bit more dark, you're going to come back in and add it. So when your whole piece is colored, it will look like that. And then I'm using the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. If you do not have this circle punch, you can use any size circle punch that will fit under 2 inches. You can also use our layering circle dies as well. Punches are just faster when you're doing a lot. So that's why I like to use my punch. This is an old one. You can see it's the old style whale punch, but I still have it. It still works perfect. But you can use the layering circle dies and cut with those as well. just for, you know, just to be quick, I went ahead and have both of those cut. So here is the fresh freesia one, and that is what I have used on either side of this. I know it doesn't look like it, but it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my scissor and I'm just gonna cut as best I can in half. I mean, if I'm a little off either way, it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to add some of this wet adhesive around my two pieces, and you'll see I will bring my piece to that wet adhesive. So I'm going to start with this one. I'll move this one over, and I'm going to go ahead and attach that to that side, and I'm just going to slide it over till you can't see those cut edges. See how they're hidden back behind the circle. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn my circle this way. It's a little easier for me to come from this direction. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to slide it till you can't see those pieces on the end. And then that is our main focal point of our box. That's what's going to go up here. Well, before we do that, we're going to take our ribbon. And our ribbon is beautiful. It's a 16-inch piece of pale papaya open weave ribbon. It's such a pretty color, and I really like it a lot. And I'm just gonna half it. So I'm just gonna make sure that I have equal amounts, just like that. And when I am ready, I'm gonna grab a dimensional. There they are. And I am going to place my ribbon, and I'm going to put one on this side and one on the other side to hold it down. Pretty cool, right? And then I will put the rest of my dimensionals on my actual piece here around the outer edges. Put one there and one at the other side. And you can see where you can see that split on the back, but you cannot see that from the front. Okay, so I'm gonna pull these guys off, and I'm gonna do the same thing up here. I'm gonna pull these off. If I can grab them, there we go. All right. Throw those in the trash. I like to use the take your pick tool for this part. And that holds my ribbon where I want it to be, right? So then I'm gonna go ahead and position this over the top, which will further lock it into place. You can see that really pretty flower just sticking out there. Now comes the ribbon. So I'm gonna take the ribbon here, I'm gonna lift it out of the way, and I'm gonna bring it in and up through the bottom, through that part of the tag right there. And that's what holds my ribbon in place. I'm gonna hold it on its side here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull it nice and taut. I'm gonna hold on to that loop, wrap it like I'm tying my shoe, or you know, you can tie it like a rabbit, whatever, however works for you. But I'm gonna go ahead and tie it like I'm tying my shoe. And I'm gonna pull on that, and I'm gonna pull on the legs, and then have the little bows nice and pretty. And when I'm happy, I'm gonna pull it nice and tight, just like that. And there is our ribbon top. Now you can use your scissors and trim off those edges so that they're not quite as long. And then that is your Nugget box. I hope that you've enjoyed watching me make this fun box. I'm just gonna add a little bit of bling, and then we will be done. I have enjoyed making this for you. We're gonna grab one of these dark colored ones. So pretty they are, aren't they? Put it right here. All right. Here is our really cute box. I love it. Made with the beautiful Blessings of Home stamp set and dies. You can also add in these layering circles if you want. They're so pretty and so easy, right? The blends always give a nice little added touch. They're awesome as well. Totally love them. And I hope that you have enjoyed watching me. I've enjoyed working on this project with you. And I thank you so much. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Definitely share, like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm kind of new to YouTube, so I don't mind getting some likes and comments. It definitely helps me feel like I'm bringing you the content that you want to see. And definitely share my video to those that you think would like it or might want to get started in paper crafting, because it's so fun. The more friends you have that do what you like, the more fun you can have, right? So thanks again for watching. Definitely get your inspiration from me at inkyhandswarmhearts.com, my website, where I do blog every single day. So there's always lots of content on there for you. I appreciate your time. I will link that website in the description below, as well as all the products I use to make these projects. So thank you again for watching. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!